Module 13. Clientele and Audience in Communication. At the end of this module, I can describe communication as a discipline of applied social science, enrichment. Describe the clientele and audience of communication. Distinguish the needs of individuals, group, organization, and communities. The discipline of communication. Communication is an exciting area to inquire about the threat affect one's life. Studying communication also enables you to understand who you are. An arts and humanities discipline with rich ties to history, philosophy, literary and performance studies. A social science sharing more recent history as well as concepts and methodologies with sociology, psychology and political science. A practical craft which historically known as public speaking, but today became more popular in various form of crafting messages through digital media, public relation or journalism. Becoming a communicator in the service of the clientele. Engineers and scientists may appreciate communication using the transmission model. Given the linear nature of communication in the transmission model, electronics and communication engineers are able to provide remedies to communication problem involving transmission. Scientists and inverters who develop communication technologies also rely on the very basic and fundamental model of sender message channel receiver to design these technologies. Social scientists, on the other hand, pursue questions on the relationship of communication and human living. They provide solutions to communication breakdowns when they are able to understand the behaviors of human during communication. The humanist and critical cultural scholars look at ways on how communication reinforces, dissects, or shatters norms and ways of meaning-making. As what has been mentioned by the Greek rhetorician and teacher Isocrates in his Antidosis. Because there has been implanted in us the power to persuade each and to make clear to each other whatever we desire, not only have we escaped the life of wild beast, but we have come together and founded cities and made laws and invented arts, and generally speaking, there is no institution devised by man which the power of speech has not helped us to establish. In his work, Communication and the Human Condition, 1989, W. Barnett Pierce said that there are social scientists who think that the world exists in communication. That the apparently stable/even object of the social world, from economic systems to personality traits to dinner with friends, are collected constructed pattern of conversations. Communication in asserting oneself. Various societies in the world have started to integrate and become more participative in the global movement toward becoming a connected community. Communication has always been closely intertwined with a person nature of being. People back then aspired to become respected rhetoricians. That is why educational institutions had high regard for good communication skills. Known to compose the trivium are the three major disciplines during medieval time. Grammar, mastery of language use. Logic, mastery of reasoning and argumentation. Rhetoric, mastery of public speaking. Individuals who had a good and balanced command of these three were able to gain a level of eloquence and clear thinking that were necessary for personal development and citizenship. The public and the audience. Different forms of media and communication have their respective publics which serve as clientele. These publics consciously differentiate themselves from one another and do not regard themselves as mere groups. They have their distinct ways of being public of a certain communication form. Individuals. One might find a career wherein communication skills are highly regarded. Among these careers are customer or labor relations, marketing and public relation, personnel relations, sales and teaching. Groups and organization. As previously mentioned, communication is a key in building relationships, may it be the romantic or in the professional level. One connects with people through communication either verbally or non-verbally. Group and organizational communication involves trust and cooperation. Types of communication in groups, according to Wood, 2015. Task communication. Group member come together and communicate various ways of dealing with a problem, issues or information that is of importance to the whole group. Some of the activities expected in such type of communication would be the following. Activating ideas for brainstorming. Soliciting for possible information that can solve an issue. Providing additional information from previous experience. Making critique of solution at hand to further improve such solutions. Climate communication. Group members are concerned about fostering a constructive and participative climate for each other so that the goals of the group would be achieved. Activities involved in this type of communication include establishing a climate of discussion that motivates everyone to speak up, Motivate each member to feel fulfilled when they are able to contribute to the group. Harmonizing ideas, especially those that diverge but can be reconciled. Procedural communication. Group members communicate with each other to come to a consensus on a decision. Group members stay on track by doing the following: establishing a clear agenda and its details. Orienting each member of the roles they should fulfill during discussion of the agenda. Limiting the possibilities of digression or introduction of irrelevant ideas. Coordinating ideas according to how they relate to other. Summarizing all the ideas presented. Recording the progress of the group communication. Egocentric/dysfunctional communication. This is a type of communication which is autocratic and monopolistic. One can expect such type when becoming antagonistic/aggressive towards ideas that contradict one's ideas. Blocking ideas that do not seem to favor the majority. Dominating the interaction. Sharing irrelevant and unnecessary ideas. Disrupting tasks that members are working on. Devaluing and trivializing the ideas of other group members. Thank you for watching this video. And I hope you have learned more about this topic. Goodbye, and have a good day.